It's a blessing and a curse, the holidays. The part about getting to see loved ones who we maybe don't get to spend much time with. So we're together, we're catching up, but sometimes it means an awkward or uncomfortable conversation. This is when everybody has the best intentions, of course.
Sure.
And it's out of love, I think.
We hope. You have to, right? Let's just get to brass tacks.
Yes.
Our next guest is sharing tips to help us navigate those interactions, awkward or not. Rachel Dealto is a communication expert and author of the book, Relatable, How to Connect with Anyone, Anywhere, Even If It Scares You. Fantastic title. Rachel, welcome back.
So glad to be here.
We were supposed to hang out sometime in the last 2 years, but this time we're hanging out and I have a new friend.
Hi.
I was so
and
excited.
now we're all new friends.
Now we're all new friends.
Now we all have to hang out.
Exactly.
And you could not have come at a more perfect time. So you say, first and foremost, that it is important to set expectations early, and part of how we can do this is by setting boundaries with our loved ones, those nearest and dearest to us. So how do we do this, and how does this help us navigate those stickier conversations?
So you set the limits. If you are entering into a conversation that you feel is going to be uncomfortable, or it's just in a direction that you don't want to go, which happens all the time over the holidays, it's up to you to say, I'm good with this conversation. We're going to redirect it to something else.
I think I want to say exactly that.
Yeah.
I'm good with this conversation.
Grandma, I'm good with this conversation. I'm going to redirect it to something else.
But Rachel, how do we, because this, I mean, I've had this conversation with my sister where we'll say, oh my gosh, the thought of talking with X person. Are we doing this on Monday? Are we doing, you know, if we're doing this before Thanksgiving? When do we start having the conversation in our head so that we have the game plan?
However long you need to prepare for this. So whatever the situation is and whatever that calls for. So maybe it is calling your sister and saying, if you see me tucked in a corner with Uncle Bob, I don't know why I always go to Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob!
I'm sorry, Bob.
Are you okay? He's not awkward at all.
Make sure she's ready for you. Make sure she's ready to swoop in and save you. So
Oh yeah,
that you have that plan.
So
accountability
however
buddy.
long it's going to take you, if it's if it's the Monday before, a day before, a couple
Start right
minutes
now.
before, right? Exactly.
As you're pouring the cocktails, just kidding.
Exactly.
Just mentally prepare yourself.
Got it.
Another tip you have is to listen more than you speak. Ooh, this is very important. Why, in your words, is that important? How do we go about doing this?
So in my estimation, curiosity and listening and letting another person talk is the way to win any single conversation. Research shows over and over again that the person who talks the most in a conversation rates it the highest. Not that you need to win over, I'm sorry, Uncle Bob, but whoever you're talking to, the more that you can listen and pay attention to what they're saying, the less that you have to share. So if you don't want to share, but also it makes them feel important and you get to know them better, and then maybe you find some common ground.
This I can do.
Right. You know what amazes me? I've had family gatherings since the time before time, and it's always the same cast of characters, and I use my skill as a journalist, and I'll start asking questions, and then my mother or my sister will be like, I didn't know you did that when you were a kid, and I'm like, what kind of questions are you people not asking? You've known each other for 20 years.
Since you were born.
Exactly. Ask the questions, and I like the part that then you don't have to answer.
Then they're doing all the talking.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
All right. Common ground.
Common
It's
ground.
important.
Oh yeah.
But what if you really have nothing in common with Uncle Bob? Bobby, I love you. He gives me the best rosemary from his book.
He is. He's good. We have everything in common with you.
I promise you will find something. And that's kind of going back to what you were just saying about asking questions and kind of having this journalistic view of the situation of getting to know someone. I guarantee if you ask enough questions, you'll get to a point where you can find common ground. And so we see oftentimes when people are in a situation where they feel like they have nothing in common with someone, the more that they actually have a conversation and learn things beyond the surface, beyond how's the weather, then all of a sudden you find something to hold on to. So even if you are on vastly different sides in other areas, you can find something. Maybe it's you love pickleball.
Oh.
Who doesn't love pickleball?
There we go. It's taking over the nation by storm. Very true.
Big inhale
You just
by
keep
you,
digging.
typically.
Keep digging. Because my next question would be, say I find myself in that conversation with my sister's new boyfriend's ex-wife's cousin, whoever finds themselves at the Thanksgiving open house. How do you exit that conversation when you said it's time? I cannot possibly stand here another moment. What is the exit plan?
Probably not that, but maybe something like, it has been so great catching up with you. I'm gonna go see if they need some help.
Oh.
XYZ, fill in the blank. I mean, you have to figure out what that XYZ is. Please don't use that either. But it's been great. It's so great catching up with you. And be sincere about it, because I'm sure it was for a millisecond.
For a millisecond. I also, you know, sometimes
You're right.
This is hysterical because I'm just
She's planning.
I am pass interference in my head right now at the dining room. Sometimes because sometimes there's someone at the open house or at the holiday meal that's coming to fight.
Yeah, that's very true.
They come with an agenda and they are ready because they have nothing else to do, and they come in. What do you do?
Let's bring up the election next year, right?
Yes, we're going to come back full circle to those boundaries. Shut it down. And if you can't shut it down, you walk away.
And that's it.
And you get very firm in how you want to spend this holiday. And I think sometimes we think we don't have any power, and that's when that anxiety comes up. That's when that fear comes up. But when it comes down to it, you have the ability to, you can take care of yourself. You can't control them, but you can control your reaction. So walking away sometimes is the best thing you can do. And I suggest doing it politely, but if they're coming to fight, then maybe just
fight fire
exiting.
with fire. Just kidding. I'm like, fight fire with fire.
No fire.
Punch him in the face. Just kidding.
When they go
high.
when they go
when they
go low, you go lower.
Don't listen to
Sorry.
anything we're saying.
Sorry,
Listen to
Rachel.
Rachel Dealto, thank you again for being
Thanks
here and helping us navigate these
Can we
challenging
have you on
times.
speed dial just in case it goes
Absolutely.
south?
I'm going to say, I'm sorry. It's been great catching up with you. I have to go call my friend Rachel.
I was like, you have me on speed dial.